apparently Tom Holland was photographed going into what's her name, Pascal's house this week. She's like the runner of Sony. So obviously he's going to be talking about Spider-Man 4 and stuff. So
Mhm.
like I've heard a lot of kind of rumors around saying that like that they're going in a different direction. It was meant to be like kind of a street level movie with maybe Charlie Cox showing up as Daredevil and the two of them maybe going after Kingpin and stuff. And I think now they're maybe trying to change it to more of a multiversal thing and maybe get like Toby and Andrew back again and try and like do a No Way Home Part 2 sort of thing, which I'm not really a massive fan of. Like, obviously, I'll be there for it and it'll be great, I'm sure, but I kind of would like to see it just be a story about Peter Parker, him trying to find his wings in New York by himself. He's like got nobody now. He's in his little small, shitty apartment. Like, he's got to get a part time job to get himself through college. Like, I'd like to see Tom Holland go through all that.
Mhm.
Maybe he meets, we've heard like rumors of like Sydney Sweeney coming in as like Cat or something. Like, it'd be cool if the two of them got to meet each other in college, and maybe they start up a little relationship or something, and then like she becomes the Black Cat, and we get a Black Cat and Spider-Man sort of thing. Like, I think that like that sort of shit would be really cool. I think we kind of need to see that sort of stuff in the MCU
That'd be very
for
fun.
Spider-Man. Yeah, I really like that. Now I know the Spidey fan base is kind of split down the middle with it. A lot of people are like, "Oh no, give us the multiversal stuff because it's going to lead better into Doomsday and Secret Wars and stuff like that." But
Mhm.
I kind of think personally that like if we did like a movie where it's Tom thinking like, "Oh yeah, everything's fixed, it's all normal. Like, I'm just a normal kid now. I got a part-time job in the Daily Bugle taking pictures of Spider-Man," and then like actually, big multiversal war coming. It'd be kind of cool to have that little kind of downward spiral for him into like a normalish life, and then just gets picked up by the Avengers again, and shit goes off 90 into the next Avengers movie. I think that'd be kind of cool. Whereas I don't know if they just ramp it up again and we go into another big multiversal thing, and then it goes into Doomsday, and then it goes into Secret Wars. It just feels like it's just crazy, crazy, crazy all the time. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all over the place. I think they're trying to bite off more than they can chew at this point.
Yeah.
Because they have way too many things to worry about now.
Mm.
And I mean, rightly so. Like, that's that's part of comics. That's part of the whole dynamic with these kind of stories. And but at the same time, like, they didn't have to do that. They could have totally just made things a bit more linear over time, and just let us enjoy some of the other stories
Yeah.
on a different basis. And yes, like we've stated before, like we would love to see like team ups and whatnot. Um, but like they basically written themselves into a situation where like you have to do like big groups now, which is
Yeah.
which is sad. Which is sad to say, because like they haven't given us anything in terms of team ups besides Deadpool and Wolverine, and look how well that did.
Yeah, yeah, and No Way Home. It was kind of probably the biggest movie again before that, which again is team ups again, um, which makes a lot of sense. And like, I kind of understand Sony are just making shit movie after shit movie, and something like No Way Home happens, and I kind of understand from a viewpoint of theirs where it's like, shit, can we do that again, or can we even do half of that again? Like, the
Mhm.
movie did nearly like, I don't know what the final box office was. I think it was close to 2 billion. Like, all said and done. And it's like, if they could do another movie and let's say it only gets 1 billion, it's still incredible. Like, a $1 billion box office for Sony is like one of their best ever movies. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's a big deal. And I kind of I suppose I understand. And everybody loved Andrew and they loved Toby and they want to see them back. And I don't know, maybe they just continue on like directly, like the first 30 minutes or 40 minutes of the next Spider-Man movie is Toby going back to the Raimi verse and meeting up with MJ, and we get to kind of see where his life is, and then Andrew gets to go back to his universe, the Amazing Spider-Man universe, like, and all that sort of cool shit, and then it's then it kind of comes for a full circle back in, and I don't know, they kick off fucking Battle World straight away. I don't know what they do, but obviously, look, I'm a massive Spider-Man fan. I'm there no matter what they do. I think it'll be a great movie no matter what, but I do really like the idea of street level Spider-Man getting to meet like Daredevil and stuff like that. Like, he's met Charlie Cox already. He knows Matt Murdock. It'd be cool if he got to meet Daredevil next. Like that. I
Yeah,
would really love to see that.
I mean, honestly, like I'd also be happy with him not meeting up with anybody and just kind
Oh
of
yeah,
dealing
doing
with,
solo thing. That would be
yeah,
cool too.
just
Yeah.
a couple thugs here and there, and maybe just like have it episodic to where a villain is plotting,
Well, like what you
and
could
then
do, you could do a really cool thing where the first season of Daredevil Born Again ends and it links in with the Spider-Man 4 movie in some way. Then like the two of them end up kind of going against Kingpin at the same time towards the end of their movies or projects or whatever. And then it's like gives them a chance to kind of meet each other. Something happens in New York with Fisk, and then whatever that big event is, it kind of ties the two ends of those stories together. And then like, it won't be on TV, it'll probably be on the big screen, but then you get like Charlie Cox coming into a movie to kind of do some shit with Spider-Man, but we've kind of built that up on the small screen slowly in the background with the Daredevil show. I'd be all for that, man. Like that to me is a big win. Like, but like I've been saying this for years. Like they should have all like even when they were doing the Netflix shows, like they should have just during Daredevil had like Iron Man fly through the sky or something like that, like and just
Mhm.
try and kind of bring the worlds together. And I think if they can do it right, like they have the platform and the ability to do this now, and it's like, why are they not doing it? I just don't understand. I know you don't want Tom Holland showing up on the small screen or whatever because he's a big fucking Hollywood movie star, but like have Spider Man swing by. Doesn't have to be Tom Holland. You don't have to get him out of bed. Like he doesn't have to leave the golf course
you know, you don't
between
have to get
movies.
him out of his jammies.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. You just have Eddie stunt double in the suit, like and swinging by, give him a little like what's up, dude? Like that's it. Like get Tom
I mean,
Holland to record a few lines on his iPhone, and then like
that's what they did in Civil War.
yeah, like you know what I mean. It's easy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like so I don't know, like little things like that would just be a massive win for the Disney Plus shows. Like, could you imagine what Twitter would be like the day after Spider-Man shows up on a Disney Plus show? The internet would go insane, and like Tom Holland doesn't even need to show his face. You just have Spider-Man hanging on a wall, just talking to Daredevil for 1 minute or something. Hey, dude, you hear about this like Fisk guy who's just became the mayor? I think he's the kingpin or something. And then the two of them are like,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, I'm looking into that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll keep you in the loop, bro. See ya." Like, you know what I mean? Like, even just a tiny little interaction like that would just be so big.
yeah, but then it turns into an and then kind of thing where it's not really like integrating that well. Like you have to really think about why Spider-Man like truly cares at this point now. It should have been something like investigated in between. It could be a thing where like you get episodes where Daredevil is essentially doing something and then Spider-Man's doing something. So you do like a show instead of it being about like Daredevil Born Again, you do Spider-Man and Daredevil, or
Yeah,
the web slinger and the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Like
yeah,
you do something essentially like pairing the two together, but not necessarily having them interact until a little bit later into the life cycle of the episodes. Um,
what I
just
the
to
way
kind
I
of
would probably the way I would try and do it is like maybe you'd put like Spider-Man up against like Tombstone or something in his movie, and then it's like he finds out at the end of the movie that Tombstone's just working for Fisk, and then you know like I don't know, he hears about Fisk and Daredevil always like toe to toe, and then it's like, oh, actually, I'll go talk to Daredevil about this because he knows a lot about this Fisk guy. You kind of maybe try and work them in together that way.
why do that? Like, why not just have Spider-Man go straight up against Fisk and then lose, and then essentially get picked up by Daredevil because he
Yeah,
was beaten and battered. Do the exact same thing that happened to Daredevil to Spider-Man, to where he like ends up waking up and he's in Daredevil's like home. He's in Matt's home doing like, and he's like, "What the hell? Where am I?" It's like, you got beat up, you got knocked out. And then it's like kind of this whole growth situation with Spider-Man still trying to learn how to be a better hero, because he's always trying to take things head on, right? Like he's always trying to consider things to be only his problem.
yeah,
And so do all the other heroes. They always have that kind of fault. So like, why not have someone who also has that situation do the exact same thing to him and be like, "Hey man, like, I probably could have had him." And it's like, "No, you didn't." It's like all that kind of stuff. Like Spider-Man's a growing character. That's why so many kids relate to him. So like,
Right.
having him act a lot like an adult, um, albeit that he's already an adult in this time frame, he's still very much a kid. You know,
Yeah, the MCU version of Spider-Man is like kind of seasoned though at the same time, because like if you think about it, like he's gone up against Thanos, he's saved the fucking universe, he's been to space, like all this sort of
he
stuff. He's not really at the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man level anymore, though, right?
no, he still very much is. Like he got snapped. He died. He went bye bye. He didn't come back until Endgame, and even then, we only saw
True.
him for a short while.
True.
We don't know what he's actually been through. And like we saw that he came back, and Stark was like, "Oh my god!" Like he hugged him because like he missed him, and he didn't know if he was ever going to see him again because Spider-Man cares about Tony Stark. So that's what makes it a different situation. He looks up to Tony. That's his hero.
Yeah,
Um,
I kind of feel like what Tom Holland's Spider-Man has done in the grand scheme of things, like would he really be like would Fisk be a big like challenge for him?
yes, you're out of your fucking mind if you think that Fisk isn't.
Well, like think about in the fact that like Matt Murdock has beat the shit out of Fisk and beaten Fisk, and he's just a human. Like,
That's the problem, sir. Like Fisk is 100% a character to be reckoned with. That's
mm,
why he sticks around. That's why Norman Osborn sticks around. And Norman Osborn isn't even a fucking like buff dude. Like he's strong because of this the serum that he took.
yeah,
But like he's also kind of crazy. Like they all have their different quirks. Fisk is literally like in peak human condition, and he's also a goddamn tank. Like he is tough to fight. It's
yeah.
not a situation of like, oh man, like it's just a human. No, like it's
No,
Fisk.
I'm thinking of it in the like I'm saying Matt's just a human, and Matt has like gone toe to toe with Fisk over the events of the show. Like, and
Right, but
that
but
show is now
Matt's
canon technically, right?
Matt's like a tactical kind of character, and I would say that
Yes.
like Spider-Man's more of a brawler.
But Spider Man is like extremely fucking like power. I'm talking power scales here and stuff. I'm probably gone a little too nerdy. Like I'm thinking about it way too much. But like I think even at 15, like this version of Spider Man is like throwing the Winter Soldier around and everything, like and making a show of Bucky and all this stuff. Like, and he's like 14 at the time or something. It's like you know what I mean. Like that's how powerful he is. And I think like people have like even gone into a nerdy thing of like trying to like figure out which like that he is like the strongest of the Spider-Man, like the live action ones, because he's physically able to do more. Like where they like put up their feet, like him like pulling the Staten Island ferry together and stuff like that. The force that would take is more than like Toby or Andrew are able to do. There's like I'll try and find it. There's like a nerdy video of somebody trying to break this down with physics and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, like
I know it's
you're
ridiculous. I know, but
you're now reaching at that point. Like that becomes basically nerd reach.
yeah.
Like and
Well, I'm
and,
thinking of it as
and
yeah, on a
but
power scale kind of thing. What I'm saying, I feel like Tom Holland's Spider Man has just done more. You know, he's fought a Sinister Six already. He's like fought Thanos. He's done all this sort of shit, and I find like in a lot of Spider Man stories when he comes up to fight Fisk, it's a lot earlier on in his career.
I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like you can try to like tell me otherwise and say that oh Spider-Man's like stronger than that. Spider-Man's stronger than Fisk. You can tell me that all you want. Like Fisk has money, he has power, he has like resiliency. There's a reason why they stick around.
I think Fisk's mind is probably more dangerous than his body for sure. But
No,
I think so.
no. If
Yeah,
Fisk is Fisk will kill you.
not Spider Man though.
He can literally bear hug you and snap your fucking spine in half. You
I
have like
in comics and stuff, yes, but not in the MCU. I don't think. I think that'd be stupid if he was doing that in the MCU. Because he would need to have
why?
like a serum or something. Like he'd need to be like some sort of
No,
superhuman.
no, dude. I keep telling you, that's just how Fisk is. He doesn't. He's literally the peak. He is Captain America.
Yeah, but Captain America is
He took a
a super
serum.
soldier. Yeah.
Yes, that's what Fisk is. He's
Yeah.
just an evil one.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah,
I'm
okay, what's up?
saying.
How are you?